Welcome back, everybody, to the Circle Show 24/7. This is season 3, episode 8 of AMC's The Walking Dead, entitled "Made to Suffering." So let's get right into it because, as you can tell, it was awesome. All right, guys, Made to Suffer. First off, it should be a crime for an episode to be this damn good, for a show to be this damn good. This should be a crime. Like, the writers, they should lock them up because this was so good, so intense, just so well thought out and put together. I I was shaking because of how good it was. It was just so good. Now, this is the mid-season finale. Um, so, uh, okay. Um, I need to, regroup myself. Let me regroup. All right, so the episode, it takes place like right after what happened last week episode. Rick and his group, they end up finding Woodbury. They end up finding where Glenn and Maggie, where they're held at. So now it's a rescue mission. Now it's a mission to get their team back. And it's basically an all-out war in this episode, an all-out war to get Glenn and Maggie back. And you know just everything about it, the way it was shot, the way everybody, had their place and stuff was just so fantastic. Another thing that was just very, very interesting, very good, and very like human in this episode was the way, Daryl, how he finds out that, his brother Merle is here, and you see his whole demeanor, change. And that's what I like because, as we know, Daryl is the badass. He is the man of the show. He's the guy. Like, he's probably the fan favorite of everybody's. He's the guy. He's always so cool, so collective and calm. But when it comes to his brother, you see that weakness in him. You see that concern and stuff. And that's what I really liked about this episode. The way, he wasn't really thinking straight. He's like, I need to go back. I need to go talk to Merle, and how he was begging to Rick to, just for him to just talk to Merle was very good. And I really like that. I really enjoyed that part. And I like to see that, that he's not, the tough guy always. He does have, this guard that he can't let down. So that was very good. Um, Another thing, man, when you, when it comes to the fact, after, they get Glenn and Maggie, and, you see how Woodbury, they're not really prepared for this. They, it looks like, from the outside that they're prepared for everything, but you can tell they're not prepared for nothing like serious. For if somebody actually invades them and tries to take over and start shooting, that town is not ready. And that's what I like to see, like the difference between Rick and his group and the governor and his group. His group, yes, it's a big ass group with the governor and he's got this nice town, but when it comes to something serious, they're not really ready because Rick, everybody, they were just taking them out left and right, just taking them out with just ease. And like, that just makes it confirm for me, like, if this was a real, zombie apocalypse, I want to be on Rick's team because they know how to handle things and stuff, and they're so tight knit. So that's what I really liked about it. Um, Another thing that was just very, very good was the Michonne and the governor fight, because you knew it was coming, but see, in this episode, once they get Glenn and once they get Maggie, Michonne goes basically, she goes missing, and she goes into the rooms and she's just sitting, just waiting. So at first I was like, well, maybe she's waiting on Merle. Maybe she's waiting on Merle because Merle did shoot her. So maybe she wants that revenge. But then you figure out that, oh, she's in the governor's room. So you know why she's back. And man, when you talk about a fight scene, just an intense fight scene for people who do not like Michonne, and for all the, she's got the sour face and stuff, you have to give her her props. When it comes to a throwdown, you want this chick as a tag team partner because she put the hurting on a grown ass man. You know what I mean? a grown ass man, and she put the hurting on him like he was a baby boy bitch. And that was just so good. I was just looking at the script. I was like, and just so intense, just so good. You have to give her respect. She earned my respect. I already liked her as a as a character, but for people who doubted her and stuff, you have to give her respect. Just a phenomenal, and it brought up a very, very interesting scene. You know, once she stabs him in the eye, and she stabs his daughter. She kills the governor's daughter and stuff. You see the governor in this weak, very, very weak position, and you see his whole demeanor change too when you see like his daughter's in danger. Like he doesn't want her to die, but it's weird. He's so crazy in the head. His daughter's already dead, and he still sees her as alive and stuff. So you feel for him, but then you don't. You still realize he still is batshit crazy. You know what I mean? You do feel for him because that was his daughter, but at the same time, his daughter died a long time ago. Now she's just this zombie chick walking around, being tied up. So you feel for him, but the thing that really got me with the Michonne, the governor thing, is when Andrea was brought into the mix, and how I didn't know, like, oh, is she gonna kill Michonne now, or is Michonne gonna kill her? I said, look, I tried to get you to come with me, you don't want to come, so f you. That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping for her to just take Andrea out, because now she's the dead weight for me. Like Andrea, she's the dead weight. She needs to die. Somebody needs to just take her out. But it does bring up this opportunity for, are they going to meet again? Are they going to meet again? And will Andrea kill her next time they meet, or will Michonne kill her? So that's something that I'm looking forward to. Let's get to the side story of this episode, and that's when we get the new basically group that comes in the beginning of the episode. We get the new group that comes in. They find the prison, and they're making their way into the prison, and we get introduced to Tyrese, I think. Tyree or Tyrese. Tyrese. I haven't read the comics, but I do know he's in the comics, and I know he plays like a very important role. So we do get our first glimpse of Tyrese, and it's very funny because when we lose one black, it feels like whenever we lose one black guy, it's always one that's right around the corner just to introduce her. So I had a feeling that the other black guy was going to die, because in the beginning we saw the new black guy. So I was like, okay, well, we can't have all. I'm black, and I know the rule to this. I know the rules. Like, I'm black, so I know the rules. You can't have too many black people in the zombie apocalypse. I'm sorry, you can't. I don't know why, but that's just the rules. So, one's here, one's here. Then you still have Michonne in the back. Somebody's got to go. Somebody's got to go. So I already knew that the old black guy was gonna go, because we had a new black guy. So that was very funny for me. But overall, this episode was amazing, very good. It was a very, very tight knit, tight, well constructed plot that just all came together for a mid-season finale. Something that seems like a finale, but man, it really delivered as a mid-season finale, and it just makes you want it even more. You know what I mean? And it leaves off with a very, very questionable, like, oh my God, the fan favorite. Merle and Daryl. They're now in like the pit and whatever. And do they have to fight each other and see who dies, or are they both just going to die, or is the governor just going to kill them both? So that's something that I'm looking forward to see, because you do want to see that confrontation with Merle and his brother Daryl. So you want to see how that's going to go. Do they have to kill each other to survive, or how? So that's something I'm looking forward to when the season comes back. So what did you guys think? What was your favorite episode? Oh wait, before I go, another thing that was very good was, I keep saying this time and time again, but how Carl is just developing into like this man. You know what I mean? Because before he was just such a brat and stuff, but now, after his mom dying, and he has a little sister, you see that he has a lot more responsibilities. And now that Rick is out on this mission, he is like the leader now. while Rick is gone, and he's the youngest. So I really like to see that he takes charge. He was the one, you know, that took it upon himself to see who was in the prison and stuff. He ended up helping Tyrese and his group. So I really like to see that. And I really thought that was very good of Carl, and, you know, just very well developed to him as a character. So what did you guys think? What was your favorite parts of this episode? Please like this video, comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought. And as always, guys, this is the Circle Show 24/7. Be easy. Oh, and before I forget, Rick going crazy, sing Shane. That's all I'm gonna say. Rick going crazy, sing Shane. With hair, my slow clap. Very quiet, slow clap.